everyone and welcome to hole number 5, a par 5 of the Porthello Cove in the Summer Major Tournament. This video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, so let's go! Okay, you're going to see two versions here as well, as you will be able to see on hole number 4 and hole number 6 also. And the reason for that is, as you can see, we do have so much fairway here that it actually allows us to play in two different ways. We're not going to play with a kingmaker here. I never suggest anyone to play with a kingmaker if you're playing from the front tee, but definitely I do suggest you to go with a titan here, that you do give yourself power 3, because this is a long hole and something that we need to account for here. So with having some slight headwind here and also some side wind, I think the best way to play is to go on the right side there. Now we're going to use the little amount of curl that we do have on the extra mile level 5 to pull ourselves towards that fairway on the right. And max topspin, of course, to give ourselves the length that we need on that fairway. For the second shot, you do need to have a club with a lot of power. The big dog is the most common one when it comes to rookie division, as that is the one that has the most power and also is the most upgraded wood club when it comes to power in your bag, most of the times at least. In the second version, you're going to see me play in the middle, even though we're going to have some slight headwinds. So we're going to take that and talk about that then, because it's going to be two different styles of play. And that is the reason why I want to show you two types of play instead of just one. Because the wind in the tournament is going to decide which way we're going to play. If if you're having headwind, then we kind of get forced to play on the right side. If we're having tailwind, then we should go in the middle basically every single time, in my opinion. Our opponent is trying to go in the middle here, and it's going to be tough as just using a basic ball. With another type of ball, that shot could potentially have been very good to bounce over there. Now we're going to have the big dog, and as you can see, we're still, if we stretch out the club distance here, we're still going to have some yards before we reach to the green, so we have to play from distance. And now when we have to play from distance, especially with a green that is a bit bumpy, then of course we're going to go for the eagle. If we drop, then we're going to be very happy for that that albatross. We're going to go with 6.16 wind. It's going to be slightly less than 3 rings, so we're going to go with 2.7 2.8 rings. We are using a little amount of curl to the left to just push ourselves into the left as well. Coming in kind of hot towards the pin, but in the end we go for the pin, which is important when you go and approach a green, that you always should go for the pin. Never go short in the line, as they say on the television. So that is something to have in mind. So we did go max side spin as well, with 2 bars of backspin. Our opponent, of course, is going to have a tough time while playing here in the middle, and we're going to show a better way to play in the middle when it comes to the next version of hole number 5. To sum it up, like hole number 5, just a tiny little bit here with this first version. Be happy with an eagle though. You shouldn't be disappointed about that. We will not see that many albatrosses, but in the end, right side, if you find the wind too difficult to play in the middle. Now we do go with the extra mile level 5 again, and we go with a titan here. A max top spin, max side spin to the left. The reason I'm using max side spin is because we do have some wind pointing towards the right side, so some slight crosswind to the right. Now we're going to go full blast, max overpower, which of course is a tough drive, but we're going to be rewarded for hitting it perfect to roll up to a nice distance on that fairway platform. From this distance, we are not being able to reach for the green directly. That is something that you will be able to see, but you will see a different approach while going towards the pin. I do consider this way to be, of course, very difficult when it comes to having some type of headwind, as then you have to overpower max. If you're having a quarterback level 5 as our opponent, then it's going to be very tough to even get over to that fairway platform. So use the driver that you do have the most distance with. Use the wood club that do give you the most distance as well. Play in the middle if you do have some tailwind or side wind, if you do have the driver to play in the middle. Our opponent is trying, but not really getting there. Otherwise, go on the right side. Second shot here for us, we're going to play with the big dog again, and as you can see here now with the tailwind here, we're going to be able to reach over to that fairway spot just after the bunker there. Max backspin, and we are going to come in hot as we're going to have to adjust for our ball guideline to be extended due to the tailwind that we're going to have. So the first bounce is going to be longer. That is something that we need to have in mind. But in the end, we're still going to stop on the green nicely for a pot for an eagle. So we, instead of trying to bounce over the bunker, when having the possibility to without having to overpower our shot, then we go just after the bunker instead. But otherwise, if you do not have the distance to reach over the bunker, then you go before the bunker using 2 bars of topspin instead. So that is the change that you're going to make with that wood club. In the end, we are going to see this one as an eagle hole. If we can find ourselves a way to make an albatross, we're going to be very, very pleased. At least we want to give ourselves a shot towards the pin for the second shot, and then again you can play in the middle, you can play on the right side. Stay away from the left side, it's going to give you too much distance towards the pin. So, ladies and gentlemen, hole number 5 of the Porthello Cove in the Summer Major Tournament. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and good luck in the Summer Major Tournament.